In this corner, it wins all the battles south of the Mason-Dixon line. It's the holiday drink designed to be mixed with the whiskey treat. It's Southern Comfort Egg Nog.
Southern Comfort.
And in this corner, it's winning all the battles south of your belt line. The Yuletide nectar that protects your rector. It's Lactaid Eggnog.
I can drink this without crapping my hands. Oh, yeah.
It's lactose versus no lactose. Nog versus Nog. You tried it. You tried that. Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas, guys. I'm Nick Novak with my pals, Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Now I talked about your rector there in the intro.
Right.
I'll tell you, I spent a good 10 minutes trying to make Mason-Dixon line into some kind of joke about keeping Mason's dick in line, but I couldn't fit it into anything that made sense.
That's kind of creepy because the only Mason I know is my 1.5-year-old nephew, so that's makes it better, I guess. I do appreciate this is one of the few episodes where we've cared for my rector, being that I have a lactose problem. I appreciate that.
So, guys, have you had eggnog before?
Oh, no. I'm a virgin where it comes to eggnog and most sex stuff. But yeah, no, I have never had eggnog. It never appealed to me. I always found it confusing, but no time like the present.
Chad?
I've had it sometimes, not very often. In general, the eggnog I have had, I have not liked. There's only one time I can ever remember having it that I actually liked it, which was
Reese's eggnog.
No, it was at my favorite restaurant in the world, which is this place called Ad Hoc, which is up in north of Napa, and it's a restaurant that's run by this world famous chef named Thomas Keller, who's famous for consulting on Ratatouille, and he owns this other restaurant called French Laundry, which is one of the top rated restaurants in the world. And so basically what I'm saying is the only time eggnog is good is one of the best chefs in the entire world makes it. That's always the only person that can make it good, as far as I can tell.
I used to like it as a kid for some reason when I was, 12 or 13. And then it was probably a good 15 years before I drank it again. And then I hated it. And now it's probably been another decade since I've had that. So it's definitely been a long time since I've had it. And traditionally, as we see that one of them is the Southern Comfort one, is paired with alcohol. You see it more often than not, I feel like, that way.
Have you had the alcoholic version or no?
I've definitely had it that way, and it probably seemed more tolerable. Just it gave it it took away from the flavor that's normally there. Chad, have you had the alcoholic one?
Yeah, and I actually wasn't 100% sure that there was non-alcoholic eggnog. I kind of thought it was always alcoholic. So when I first went to the store to look for it, I was like, do I have to be looking by wine, in the liquor section? Where do I even find this stuff? I don't know what's in it. I mean, eggs, and then noggins, people's heads, right?
Noggins.
They just decapitate people and then crack their heads open like an egg into a beverage, and then that's eggnog.
Eggnog. Yeah, I mean, what's egg and cinnamon, right? And nutmeg.
I guess we can read the ingredients.
Right? And right.
Milk, cream, corn syrup, sugar, corn syrup.
Corn syrup, more corn syrup.
And then egg yolks, and then you get into the chemicals.
Why is corn syrup listed twice?
So, one of them's high fructose.
Oh, okay.
Needs a special distinction between the regular the lower fructose.
Every
version.
Christmas, we gather on the fire and drink a glass of corn syrup.
So one difference here today is that Geiger, you are recording from a new location. You're 2 feet away from Chad.
Oh, that's glorious. Yeah, if I sound better or worse, it's because I'm on a better mic and
Or a worse mic, I'm not sure
or
yet.
a worse mic. Yeah,
Haven't decided.
yeah. It's I'm out here for work and extended my trip to see my main man Chad.
What
So-
snacks have you had? Any San Francisco snacks?
Ooh, we had a plate of fried chicken, if that counts as a snack.
No.
No. A lobster roll, is that a snack?
Actually, we had for this morning. We went to Chinatown in San Francisco, and we had a giant meal of dim sum,
Uh-huh.
which is sort of like just a collection of Chinese snacks, right?
Right.
That's where they like bring the cart around, and you like pick the things you want off the cart. It'll be like 3 little pork buns, or like
We had 3 pounds worth of individual snacks.
we probably ordered at least 4 people's worth of dim sum and then ate it all. Except the only thing we didn't eat was we left a couple of the green vegetables.
Yeah. My longevity prospects on this earth were the only thing that dimmed some. I ate a lot of food. You like that joke? You like that? I've been working on that for a good 2 minutes while you're getting to that story.
It's so fucking dumb.
No,
That was
not much.
dumb some.
Not many snacks. I've eaten a lot this whole trip between work dinners and hanging out with Chad here. I am a little annoyed, Novak, because I mean we've been doing this podcast almost a year now. Chad lives in California, and he's invited me out here to do a podcast with him. You live right by my house and never once said, "Hey, come on over to my place. Let's do a podcast."
We did record one where you sat in my
Yeah.
kid's bedroom.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, like one of the early
second
ones.
one, yeah, because my internet kicked out.
Your internet cut out, and you had to go over to his house.
The
and then
transformer
sit-
literally blew up in the middle of our thing.
and you were sitting in the next room over from him on a different computer on a Skype call.
You didn't want to sit in your bed with me.
So I'm just like picturing like you're in the next room over and you're beaming like, you know, like the amount of distance that data has to travel of
Yeah.
just you talking about your nutsack. It's like shooting up to a satellite just to come back down to the next
I
room.
know. Well, no, that could have just been there, and I could have just turned around and showed him while we were recording.
Exactly.
A couple days from Christmas here, which drink do you guys say, so let's say 2 weeks leading up to Christmas, what drink do you most drink? Is there some kind of holiday themed thing you drink, or is it just soda or something?
It's definitely not soda. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like pumpkin spice related things. Is that, I guess, sort of Christmassy? Oh, there's like there's a candy cane tea. Yeah, hot chocolate. There's a candy cane tea from our local tea place here in San Francisco that we'll get and drink a decent amount of. Hot chocolate for sure, but like I drink hot chocolate all the way around the year because I'm a fat sack of shit. So, you know, I don't know.
Coffee and beer and bourbon, but that's pretty much all I drink all year round, too. So it's not all that. Nacho cheese sauce, I don't know. How about you, Nova? Nothing especially holiday. I guess the thing I will associate with it is like old fashioned, like sweet old, like Wisconsin sweet old fashions, because we'll go to my in laws and my father in law will make them. Christmas Eve, that's when we usually go over there for our Christmas. So if anything, that drink, I guess. But
You don't ever buy any like weird holiday beers or anything?
yeah, occasionally, but nothing that I would like stand out and think about.
I would say, only reason I would say hot chocolate, I don't drink it more than I would drink some other drinks during that time, but I drink it more probably during the month of December than any other time during the year, for sure. Not just
Is that just because it's colder outside? or?
not just because it's cold. It's also just, I don't know, it seems like a thing, a holiday type of thing to drink. So for me at least, because I'm not a coffee guy, and I'm not an eggnog guy. And I guess I don't know what drinks you would associate with Christmas besides eggnog, but and why is eggnog a Christmas drink? Is there any? I have no clue.
It's made from elf cum, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah. We already established it's made from human heads.
Oh, that's right. It's
You
not.
know this. It's because Christmas is the killing season, and that's when you would kill people and use their remains.
The short answer is we don't know.
Did you guys go and visit the mall Santa as a kid?
Oh yeah. Constantly.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, but I sort of always feel like it was never sort of like all it was cracked up to be, right? Like, because even as a kid, like you don't really want to wait in this like huge line,
Mhm.
and then you get there and like I had seen that movie Christmas Story where there was like, you'd get to go down a slide after it. And it's like, well, why isn't there a slide at my shitty mall Santa,
Did you, Novak, do it a lot or no?
I guess so. I mean, like, I don't have memories of doing that, but I'm
Right.
sure there's photos of me doing it somewhere.
But you take your kids to it, right?
I take my kids, and now it's like they want to charge you like
Yeah.
40
Really?
$40 to have an actual
and stuff
picture.
afterwards.
So you can
Yeah.
you can talk to Santa for free,
What?
but then he like they won't let you up there with your phone to take a photo or anything like that.
Oh my God.
So I'm always like kind of trying to sneak one, just like the cheapest man alive. Like,
Yeah.
Santa, look over there. And like taking a picture.
That's so stupid. That's
is
like,
dumb.
those are like the rules like that let fancy museums have in place. Like they don't want you to take a picture of like the Vatican ceiling or whatever,
Yeah.
as if like this fucking shitty mall Santa Claus is like as awesome as like,
Right.
Michelangelo's David or whatever. Like, it's so stupid.
I remember going because I remember my sister getting freaked out. Like they put her on, like my mom kind of forced her to sit on Santa's lap, and she's just
She's terrified of
screaming in
Santa.
terror. And now that I know that it was just some out of work mailman or something, he's just got to be like, oh God, I just 2 more hours to my lunch break or something. Like so upset.
and if Santa sees you take a picture unauthorized, he just stands up and says, "You son of a bitch," and then he'll just chase you down.
Yeah. And one of the reindeers just beats the shit out of you in the parking lot, right?
He doesn't stand up and yell, "Now you're on my naughty list." No.
No, I don't think he does.
Okay.
No, he swears.
My dad now, well, I should say now, my dad is like a big round guy, and he's got this giant white beard, and he wears a lot of Wisconsin Badgers clothing, which is red. So he'll be at the store. He'll tell me that he'll be at like the grocery store during Christmas time, and some kid will be like, Santa, and he's like, hey. And I'm like,
Your dad pretends
"Dude,
he's
Santa,
Santa?
well, like, what's he supposed to do? Say, like,
Hey.
I'm not Santa, leave me alone.
Just
Well, he just says hey and winks at him and walks
his
away. or
cart's
something.
full of like booze and condoms and stuff. And he's like, "Hey, kids."
Yeah. If
Santa's got to get drunk and fuck.
if my dad's getting condoms, then I will be stunned. Yeah, just, hey, here's Santa buying the reindeers 7 bags of Ruffles and a case of Miller Lite. like, oh, that Blitzen, he's got a real appetite. Got to get going. Oh, look, these are my reindeer-sized condoms. Rudolph gets so much reindeer pussy.
That's how he covers the condoms. Don't worry, children. They're for my reindeer's cock.
There's only room for 8 reindeer in the sled. I can't put how many of them
You know
there
what they say? Chicks love that nose so bright.
That Blitzen, he gets around. I just gotta make sure he's not gonna get a sexually transmitted disease. Okay, gotta go.
He just went from saying hi to really backing himself into a corner.
Like a 45-minute spiel.
10 minutes in, he's just talking to himself as the parents are shepherding the kid away from
the
the
kid's
store.
like slowly backing away.
Yep, I'll tell you what, he gets right in there, and usually they do it doggy style, but sir,
I don't know why it's not called reindeer style. It just is confusing.
He's just so embarrassed that he can't stop talking about it. I'm not sure why I keep talking about reindeer sticks, but here I am anyway.
Which reindeer you think? Is it Rudolph probably gets most ass?
For sure.
He's
Yeah.
the star of the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, wouldn't you say, like, if it's an animal, wouldn't you say which one pulls the most tail?
Yeah, that probably makes more sense.
That's what he should have said.
Last year we took our kids to a thing where Santa Claus, they light a tree and then Santa Claus shows up on a fire truck and just waves. And then then he comes down and the kids can like see him then. And it's like out in the middle of like a town center. So he shows up in the truck. He's waving at the top. I have a picture of him waving at the top. And he's supposed to climb down sort of like a rope ladder that they have attached to the back of the fire
you told
truck.
me that.
So he gets about a step down the rope ladder, and we just see his body like disappear behind the crowd that's in front of us. Like he's just fallen off this rope ladder. And so The girl's like, where's Santa? I'm tall, so I push a couple rows ahead and peek in, and Santa's lying face first on the ground like it's a crime scene. So I'm like holding my children back from seeing this. So we're like, oh, let's go back over here and wait for Santa. So we went to the line that started to form for where Santa was supposed to walk from the fire truck to, and stood there for like 5 minutes. Then later learned that the fire truck then just carried Santa away to the hospital.
We're laughing, but I hope he's okay.
He ended up being okay, yeah. So we said, that's not, that guy's an imposter. Let's go to the mall. We drove straight over to the mall. That you piece of shit.
Where they're like,
that's what you get for pretending you're Santa.
Learn to climb a fucking rope ladder before you apply to be Santa, you asshole.
Fucking CrossFit Santa.
How is that not a prerequisite? You should have to do like a full like Tough Mudder course before you can don the Santa gear.
Novak, are your kids starting? My son has started like this year. He was talking and he's like something. Evie was talking about Santa and he goes, Evie, I mean, how does he really get from every house? I'd say it's about 50-50 that he's real. I'm like, will you shut up? Stop, like your kids caught on at all or said anything like that?
The other day they said, are you Santa? And I said, how would I be Santa? Like, I just laughed. I'm like,
yeah,
I look nothing like Santa. And so I think it's still going, but there's the seeds of doubt have been planted, and it's tragic. It's just like,
but, I mean, they've seen you and Santa in the same room at the, like next to each other. So,
right.
How do they explain that?
No, right. Yeah. Chad, we got to have a talk. That's not really Santa.
We've also gone to, like last year, we went to like my stepmom's family Christmas party where Santa shows up. And then the same year, like, saw this Santa fall off the truck and saw the mall Santa. And they all look completely different. They're like, there's 40 pounds different between each Santa that comes through.
My sister, she'll probably get mad that I'm telling the story, but too bad. When my mom sat us down and told us at some point, I don't know exactly when, but it was between first grade and fourth grade. I remember that distinctly because in fourth grade, the first graders would write letters to Santa and the fourth graders would answer them. And they paired me with my sister. So she knew my handwriting. So I'd be like, oh, did you write this? I'm like, well, Santa was really busy and he wears those gloves. So he needed me to help. Like I had to come up with this elaborate line. I don't know. What was I supposed to tell her? Yeah, there's no Santa. Sorry. So like my other sister, I guess when my mom told her, she like started bawling. She had no idea, and she's really upset. She finally like dried her eyes and like calmed down, and she goes, "Yeah, but the Easter Bunny's are correct, isn't it?" And she's like, "No, like the Easter Bunny is." Also, she didn't yell at her, but she's like, "No, the Easter Bunny's fake," and she started bawling all over again. And that story always cracks me up. And was like, "So they told you Santa Claus wasn't real." But you thought like a giant rabbit was sneaking into the house and dropping presents off, huh?
Did your dad sit you down and say, son, these are not the reindeer's condoms? They're mine.
It was awkward. I found out Santa wasn't real, so I started crying and I went back into my dad's bedroom. And Rudolph was plowing the neighbor lady back there. And I was like, what the hell?
Sans condom, too.
Yeah, he was raw dogging it. Yeah, it was really gross.
He's like, these are my condoms, but they are the reindeer's bags of Ruffles. So there you go.
Like, Dad, if these are the reindeer's condoms, how come none of them are used? They're mine, son.
Rudolph is just really promiscuous. Why is my dad doing this? I'm just not. Isn't
that when you first learned about the pull-out method when you were in fourth grade?
My mom sat me down sometime between first and fourth grade because the first graders would write letters to the fourth graders and ask about the pull-out method. And they paired me with my sister. And I was like, she's like, this doesn't look like the health teacher's handwriting. I'm like, nah, I made up.
And you were like, the pull-out method doesn't work. And then after she finished crying, she's like, yeah, but what about abstinence only. And you're like, doesn't work either.
I was watching you to see what you're... Yeah, but what about abstinence?
And you were like, yeah, Ron Jeremy wears those gloves. He had me write this for him.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, let's
Eggnog.
drink some eggnog. So what are we going to be using to rate these things?
Oh, shit. I
a
forgot
great
to come up
question.
with one.
All right.
I was going to ask you about that earlier today, and then I totally forgot to.
Well, so
What
if you
sounds
like
good?
it, egg nod, like nod your head.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
good. Yeah.
And if you don't like it, egg nah, like
Uh-huh.
no.
Oh, perfect.
And in the middle is it's
Egg
okay.
blah.
Egg
Egg
blah.
blah.
Perfect. We got it.
Egg blah. All right, great. That's our creative process there.
Writes itself. not that different than it normally is.
I know, except normally I spend about 45 minutes like scrolling through like thesaurus.com trying to, or whatever, like rhymezone.com, just trying to find stuff.
You spent all that time and come up with those scales?
Yeah.
So I think we need to start with the standard Southern Comfort. So this just says it's traditional eggnog. Obviously, it says non-alcoholic, so people are not confused because they associate the Southern Comfort name with alcohol. So
this is so thick coming out.
Yeah,
of
these come in
thing
quarts.
as I pour it.
Oh,
Yeah, the smell is a little off-putting.
it's very
It
sweet.
smells very sweet. Yeah.
It smells. I mean, it smells holiday-ish, like cinnamony and nutmeggy and stuff. That's not so bad.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So let's take a drink.
There's a little recipe on here that says mix 1 quart eggnog with 1 cup Southern Comfort, pour in glass, and garnish with a cinnamon stick.
Okay,
Because I have so many cinnamon sticks lying around my house.
that's actually not that bad.
Novak is drinking it straight out of the quart. Did not bother to get a cup
Because you knew he's going to be dumping this out.
Yeah, you knew you weren't going to be keeping it.
This
I gotta be honest. This is not that
no,
bad.
I think the spice is a little higher, the spice level, than some of the eggnog I remember. How do you describe the consistency? It's thicker than milk, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't think of a drink
What's it
that's like
like?
this. It's almost like drinking
Here's-
melted ice cream or something.
I was just about to say melted ice
That's a
cream.
very
This
good
is
idea.
exactly melted ice cream.
I thought of
Yeah.
like a bisque, like a soup.
It's melted ice cream for sure. Or like just actually what it's closer to is like a melted milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
Like a milkshake that has just been sitting a little bit too long.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
it sort of reminds me of.
It is a little better than I was expecting.
Mm,
I thought
the more I drink, though,
You
it's
can't drink a
like,
lot of it.
I thought this stuff would taste horrible. I was expecting to hate it. This is like a pleasant surprise. I'm trying to figure out if I like it based off my expectations or just based on what it tastes like.
All right, Chad, we're going to start with you today. So tell us what you think.
Wait, should we try the other one before we rate
Let's do
them?
both. So the Lactaid one, apparently similar. Did you look at the ingredients for this guy?
No, it's definitely
I
thinner.
got it right here. Milk, sugar, cream, egg yolks, fat-free milk, and then it gets into the chemicals. So this one actually does not have corn syrup in it.
I thought there was actually a chance this would taste better. I know normally you figure
Yeah.
without the lactose, then that might hurt it, but
That delicious lactose.
I can't smell anything from this one.
I'm
alone in
peering through the quart hole here, but is this one a little yellower? You guys have it in a cup.
No, they're pretty equivalent color, but it is definitely far less thick.
It's
like
thinner,
a lot
yeah.
waterier.
that? It's like milk.
Hmm.
Ugh.
It's less sweet.
Wait,
And it
I mean,
is a lot thinner when you sit down and drink it. Now, is that because? I wonder if that's because of the Lactaid stuff, or like is that thinner in general, or is it because the Southern Comfort one they just thicken it up a lot?
I'm guessing because the Southern Comfort one probably has some cream or something in it, right, to thicken it.
Yeah,
And this
probably.
one doesn't. Because
But so does the Lactaid one has
Yeah,
cream.
There's
It's the
something
third
about the
ingredient.
smell of the Lactaid one that's not good.
you think the Lactate one is less sweet?
Yeah.
To me, it tastes like caramel almost or something.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go back and forth here again.
Oh, maybe you're right. I can definitely, now that I go back to the Southern Comfort, I can taste the spices
Yeah.
and cinnamon and stuff a lot more.
The Lactate one almost tastes like vanilla caramel ice cream or something. It's like real sweet.
All right.
Both of these aren't bad. I could see putting some liquor in this and having a good time with Rudolph.
Gonna get Rudolph all liquored up on eggnog so that I can plow him raw dog style.
Yep.
Wait, I'm cutting out this bestiality joke I just made.
I'm gonna have sex with Rudolph, everyone.
All right, Chad.
Anyway.
Can you redeem yourself? Rudolph fucking comment.
What was our fucking rating system?
Eggnog.
Eggnog, egg blah,
And
eggnod.
Nod your head, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll start with this. Boy, this is tough. Let me give him one more sip here.
You're putting a lot of thought into this, but you put no thought into the Rudolph fucking joke you made.
He's not joking. Rudolph is a badass.
All right, so these are both not good. I don't like either of them. They're, it's just like it's too much. Like the one, this is gonna sound so fucking stupid. The Lactaid one is way too watery. The Southern Comfort one is too thick. I told you it's gonna sound stupid.
The best kind of one would have no matter at all. It just floated in molecules into my mouth.
You Tried Dat suggests that you buy one of each and mix them together.
And I just had a really gross burp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's not, it just doesn't feel good going down the throat. And like, I don't see, maybe if you like sort of heated it up or something, maybe then you could sit around by the fire on Christmas and I could see why you would enjoy it. But I really don't understand why anybody drinks this. The Lactaid one for sure, I am giving an egg nah to. I think that is very bad. The Southern Comfort one, the cinnamon, hints of cinnamon are slightly redeeming with it. But it's still bad. I'm going to also give it an egg nah, but I do slightly prefer the Southern Comfort one.
All right. So both poor ratings, but the Southern Comfort gets the slight advantage there. We'll see if that comes into play. Geiger, what do you think of these two?
I'm actually sort of surprised. These aren't horrible. I thought I would hate these things. I definitely like the Southern Comfort one better. I like that it's thicker. I like that melted ice cream consistency as opposed to just like where I feel like I'm drinking the Lactaid one as flavored milk. I'll give the Lactaid one a slight point in its favor for the fact that it won't make me shit myself. But that really shouldn't count as to whether you should buy it at home, all you people who are just waiting in front of the grocery store to figure out which one you should buy.
Can you, by the way, wait to feel the effects of the Southern Comfort till after you've left my house tomorrow?
Yeah, no, I'll cork my butthole up.
I don't want to have to bleach my entire bathroom.
I don't know exactly how explosive you think this becomes, but bleaching your entire bathroom probably won't be necessary.
I'm picturing the worst.
I don't combust into feces. Hey, everybody, how you doing? So I like the consistency of the Southern Comfort one better. I actually think the Lactaid one is way sweeter. The Lactaid one tastes... This is dumb because this is not like this is made from real food either.
This is dumb. The Lactaid one is too sweet. The Southern Comfort not sweet enough.
No, the Lactaid one just tastes more fake, which they're obviously both fake.
Yeah.
But the Lactaid one has a real artificially flavored taste of like almost like melted caramel in there, which just was off-putting to me. I would give the Lactaid one an egg nah. I would give the Southern Comfort one... I would actually probably give it an egg nod. I wouldn't maybe drink more than a cup, but I could definitely see putting some bourbon in there, mixing it up for a nice, like, holiday drink at a party or something. I'd be fine with that. So I would probably give the Southern Comfort one. It's a clear winner, and I actually sort of liked it.
Okay. The Lactaid, upon first drink, I actually thought I might pick the Lactaid, and then the more I drank it, the worse that one got. There's something about the smell that's really off-putting to me. So that one for sure is an egg nah on that Lactaid. The Southern Comfort one is okay. The spices I think are decent. Better than I thought it was going to be. I couldn't drink much of this. And I honestly, if I had to drink it again, I would put alcohol in it. And I'm not even a big drinker.
Yeah.
Like just that's
like a beer.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a can of Miller Lite.
It would go really good mixed with a glass of white wine.
Some ruffles floating in it or something. But I'm going to, just in the sake of comparison, give this an egg blah, a middle of the road one for the Southern Comfort. But there is no competition here. The Southern Comfort is the much better eggnog. And what it makes me think is that perhaps there are differences between brands of eggnog, that the spice level could be a little different. And Chad, you said you saw some flavored ones too, right?
Yeah, we did. We saw like a pumpkin spice flavor, and then there was like a cinnamon vanilla flavor or something. So maybe something like that could be all right.
So let us know what you think about eggnog. We'd be interested to hear your stories. Geiger, where can they contact us?
You can contact us on Facebook, You Tried Dat, on Twitter, hashtag You Tried Dat, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, Instagram. I think that's the big one. Oh, you can also look up Rudolph porn on Pornhub. There's probably a whole bunch of like disgusting porn videos of Rudolph just getting it with some ladies. So go there. That's all the sites.
And also, youtrydat@gmail.com.
Oh, right. That's where you should go. The main way to get in touch with us. That's where you can get a whole lot of, give us a whole lot of ideas about what we should try, the snacks, if you disagree, if you love eggnog, if you hate it, if it's just okay, if you have Lactaid problems. If you want any sort of feedback or comments or questions, we always appreciate you interacting with us, and thanks as always for listening.
And you can go to Twitter and answer this week's question of the week, which is how many ruffles do you like to put in your condoms? And then let us know. Let us know the answer to that.
That was totally the pre-planned question.
And we've been really honored to be able to be your audio as you drove your family around looking at Christmas lights, which I'm assuming is what most people are doing with this podcast.
Right. It's made the perfect backdrop for you and the whole family, this podcast right
now. So, again, have a great Christmas, and we'll be seeing you soon as we prepare for 2019, soon to come. But we'll be back next time, and we'll be trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.